guardian angels, everyone from all four directions, all four corners of the world to be with us and share the ceremony so that we do it again in a good way. So we're going to face the east, then we'll face the south, and then we'll face the west, and we'll face the north. And then we honor all the guardians and sacred spirits, the star people above us. We honor our sacred Mother Earth that allows us to walk on her every day and carries us so sweetly. And then we honor sacred spirit within all of us. By however we call Creator, we honor that in all of us. So I'll ask everyone to face the east. And we touch the ground. And we stand back up. Everyone to face the south. Down to Mother Earth. And then back up to the sky. And the guardians above us. And now to our Mother Earth. To our center. Oh, thank you. Bees are at the root of our food. We don't have the bees, we don't have food, and I've been very grateful to Mark and Bethany and their family for bringing the bees here because when I was a child I read many books on beekeeping and always thought that was something that I'd be able to do, and I've had some challenges in my life and not been able to do it. So when I found out that Mark wanted to have bees, I was like, yes! We can still do bees. This is wonderful. And learned a lot, from having the bees here. And like you said, it was amazing because bees represent regeneration, things beginning over, which is sort of what was going on this land at the time with the family and work and challenges that was going on. It was pretty symbolic of many things. When we had our first year here, we had a lot of challenges. We had some warrior wasps that were after them. And, when I looked around at what was going on again in the world and in our lives, it was, everything was going on at the same time. And they survived. They had guardians like Mark and Bethany, watching out for them. And all of us, I think, need to be guardians of this land, our land, our environment, of each other. It takes it symbolizes taking care of each other, you know, not just me. We need each other to survive. Mark's going to talk for a couple minutes about how he got into this and his little story about the bees, if you would.
Okay. How I got started in the bees. I just remember growing up as a kid. I was outside a lot, learning about the honeybees in school. And we had growing up in my neighborhood, I had a summer where it was a little rougher. I didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't get along with a lot of people in the neighborhood. And I had these bushes out in my yard. They're called Lincoln cherry trees, and they had these blossoms all over these trees. And it was in the spring, and they'd be covered in bees. It wasn't quite like what you normally see now, before all the diseases and everything. And so, remember when we were kids, there was just tons of bees all over these bushes. And I liked the bees, so I'd be around the bees, and found these other kids having a problem. They didn't like being around. So I actually would go underneath these trees, these bushes about this tall, just and I'd be underneath them with all these bees, honeybees and bumblebees and all these things over my head. And I could stay there, and it was kind of a safe place. It was kind of protected. And I actually could touch the bees, and I learned that they weren't dangerous, and I could actually pet the bees. And it was just a very enjoyable time. I grew to love them. And it was over the years after that, I never really thought about being a beekeeper so much. But I just love being outside. I love animals. I love nature. It was a couple of years ago. I was at work at my job, and this thought just came to me to become a beekeeper. So I actually wrote my wife and told her that I was going to do this. I met up with Kathy, and she helped us out as far as getting started in the property. And so we brought our first 2 hives in, and we got them started. And it was challenging, and it was a big learning experience. But we got a little bit of honey out of it. And then this year we started off with about 6 hives, and we got those started, and it was a very good year. The weather was fantastic. Everything was great. We ended up getting about 52 pounds of honey out of the hives.
Could you explain to people why the honeybees are so important to us and the challenges that we're facing, and really the purpose of this ceremony?
There's been mites that come in, especially this one. It's called Varroa destructor. It's a type of mite that damages the bee, and it allows diseases to enter into the bee. And so it's more of a challenge now to keep bees and bring them into the environment and keep them alive. But they're very important. They're pollinators for agriculture. They're pollinators for everything that's out in the forest. The trees, the maple, all of that is pollinated by honeybees. Blessing the bees. Just the time for us to get together and try to strengthen the bees and help them get through the winter, so we have a stronger population in the spring and bring more in, and hopefully they continue to grow and be very robust and productive, and continue to help the environment that's around us.
And this ceremony just sort of came up, again, symbolically to honor that, taking care of each other, nurturing our environment, respecting each other, not just tolerating our differences, respecting our differences, and finding a way to work through those differences that we have and all the challenges that we face in our life. It was wonderful of Alberto to offer, and Yolanda and Ruben, when they offered to dance. And I thought, again, that was symbolic, because the bees talk to each other by dancing in front of each other. That's how they convey their messages. And so we danced for the bees in honor of communication and a blessing. The dances are prayers. And the group is going to start our ceremony with a dance, and then our young bagpiper, Chris, is going to play the pipes for us. If we can walk out to the bees, and how are they? Are they? Okay, so we will get as close as Mark says we're comfortable, and I'm going to ask everyone to participate with this ceremony. Since you've all been smudged and you're all here in a good way with an intention of healing and blessing and becoming guardians of each other and our environment, we'll bless the bees, and then we will come back here by the fire and finish dancing and finish the ceremony here. And it's been okayed with Alberto. He'll let us know when they're ready, if anyone wants to join in the dances with them, you'll be able to join in the dance with them. And he's a real good teacher. So everyone's a good teacher, and these kids are wonderful. Okay, and when we are out in front, Chris is going to play Amazing Grace as we actually bless the bees. If anyone would like to sing with it, feel free to sing. And I'm especially grateful that he's here because I'm Irish. And the Celts and the Scots, the bagpipes is my tradition, and I just love the bagpipes. So when Jane mentioned that her son played, I was like, oh, please, when he come out to play for our bee ceremony. So thank you very much. I appreciate you being out here. Okay, Alberto, it's all you guys.
Estamos muy contentos de estar aquí este día honrando la producción de miel que las abejitas hacen para nosotros, para que podamos disfrutarla y alimentarnos de ella. Gracias a todos ustedes porque estamos aquí juntos y vamos a danzar a la energía del sol, la energía que hace crecer las plantas, hace que las flores se abran y que tengamos comida. Gracias por su presencia aquí. Vamos a
That's when they're done dancing. When they're done where they're going to dance out here in the field. It's flat around here. to sing a song with us. And Dee, I know you know this too. Strong Woman song. We're honoring the queen bee. She's the one that all the work is put on when many of the bees die, and the queen bee is the only one that survives. She, and this is my understanding from Mark, she has to go and lay all the eggs and take care of everybody and get the hive going again to create the workers that then will help the hive survive. I'm going to ask you guys if you'll read. Can my readers come? We have a poem we'd like to share with you about the bees. And I've asked people from different generations, the young generation with Lou, and then the middle generation with my new daughter Tara, and Bart's mom, the old generation. Our parents and grandparents, and then Bethany is going to represent the North, the elders, because she's the queen of taking care of the bees at home with with her husband. So, okay, as loud as you can, sweetie.
On a midsummer's day, the heat rises, snaking upwards in waves that distort the landscape, until the distance mirrors a mirage and we lose all sense of what we know. Seeking a solace from the sun we retreat, find a shade beneath an old oak tree. Beside a buzzing honey hive, we watch the nectar-laden ladies struggle and weighed down from smelling too many flowers.
As we watch, we cannot help but wonder, what bloom did they feast on today? Subtle scents to be fanned into honey gold, perhaps, or potent heady brew that will dry down, molasses thick, brown, and pungent. Standing in the shadow of an ancient canopy, unfurled, brand new this spring, we take a moment to pause. We ponder a life so different from our own, a life we think we understand, but we can never fully grasp.
Beauty exists in these unknowns. Our imagination soars with the nubile queen, seeking out the light on her single mating flight. And though our passions soar with the young queen, we admire her working sisters and brothers too, countless young ones that will follow soon. To remind us that hard work bears sweetness, liquid gold. As the summer seeps away and oak's lush canopy changes hue, slip away leaf by leaf, leaving us to admire aged bark standing stark against the snow-white fields of winter.
The wind howls cold, sneaking through chinks in window panes, but in defiance we spoon into our honeyed gold, crystallized into creamy smoothness, nourishing our souls, as we remember last year's flowers and our bees. For they are surely ours, hard toiling ladies. We thank you with our hearts for your delicate confection and the dream of all the flowers yet to come.
Thank you. In the copal, in the popiscomic, which is the pot that she's holding, the place of the fire, we have those herbs I talked about and some Mother Earth. And then Beth, I just gave her a pot of water because we're blessing the bees with the 4 elements: fire, water, earth, and air. Okay? And I'm going to ask everyone if you just hold your hands up and find a place within your heart, from the center of your heart, and send love and white light. Creator, Creatora, we give you thanks for this earth, for this beautiful day, for this gathering, for all these people willing to come and celebrate with us the abundance that you have shared with us, and a day to remember the abundance in our lives, the love we hold for each other, and the good way in which we try to walk upon this earth. Please bless our bees, bless our home, bless our lives. Hold us close to you with your sacred heart. Carry us through the trials in our lives. Help us to know that they are lessons and to see the good in them, to see the positive in them. Help us to look at each other with love and support in the community as these bees depend on each other and on us. Thank you. Oh. And could I ask you to play me? I'm sorry, Chris, I forgot to tell you this is what I wanted you to play, Amazing Grace, but Amazing Grace. Scotland the Brave, that was wonderful. And then we'll let you guys lead like you did, and then we'll follow you back there, and then we can finish dancing, okay? Thank you. Thank you, everybody.